Alright guys, let's see if I can get some of this, any of this. I need to make this video. I have to. I got triggered. I'll probably get triggered again because I'm making noise. And behind me, the queen slash owner slash she who dealt it, she who smelt it dealt it. I don't want to make fun of her. I'm another person. I'm just as bad, whatever. But anyways, I really got upset. It wasn't really a big upset, but it went something like this. Let's see if I can write it out on here. I'm gonna try to write it verbatim. So my daughter, who is a decade old, has had plenty time with Apple products. I'm a big Apple fan myself. After my favorite phone was always the Nokia, the dun 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 dun. I actually had that ringtone on my iPhone, and then with the little flashlight, that was my favorite phone until the iPhone came out. So, where's my lighter? Okay, I tried to do a little setup. You probably can't get most of it because the camera's not that far. I don't want to put it too far because then I gotta talk loud. If I talk loud, I get yelled at. Because at least she's got her own room. You know, must be nice, right? So, did a little quick setup here, and so we were on iMessage because my daughter's iPad is not connected to any server, or she's not sharing Wi-Fi with anybody. So she uses the Wi-Fi or the Wi-Fi of the house, and we were communicating with each other through this application that's included on iPhones and iPads called iMessage. Okay. I don't remember the exact time, but she sent me a message, and this is all it said. I want lemonade. That's it, 3 words. I want lemonade, okay? Not mean-spirited, nothing bad, it's just, I want lemonade, okay? I'm her butler, I go get it. I'm her valet, I go get it. I'm her father, though. There's a little something that, clicked in my head. Because, yeah, I'm her dad. She can talk to me casually like that. But I still want a certain amount of respect. Just like I respect her. And also, in turn, that way, when she goes out into the world, she treats people with respect. That way they can respect her. And if anybody's ever disrespectful to her, all she has to do is just walk away from that person, never speak to them again, and that's it. So, first message, so then I replied to her, and I said, what exactly did I say? Let me see if I can remember. I think I might have said, do you know how to make it? question mark. And I said, also, do we have lemons? Okay, so this is hers. This one's mine. That's what I replied to her. I said, do you know how to make it? Also, do we have lemons? To which then she replied, it's in the fridge. Right? I knew it was in the fridge. She didn't have to tell me, but she told me anyways. It's in the fridge. So then I replied, that's perfect. I think, so, that might not be verbatim, but I might have said, I think I said, that's perfect. You know where it is. Part of my W there. And then I even said I would keep her company if she wants to go get it, because their fridge is in the garage, and she's not really afraid of the garage, but just in case. So I said, that's perfect. You know where it is. Would you like me to keep you company while you get it? I'm pretty sure that's what I said. This is what I replied. This is exactly what I replied, okay? More or less. I mean, I'll show you the message so where you can see it verbatim, but this is about probably like 90% verbatim, maybe a little more, because it wasn't that long of a convo. And even though I'm turning 61, my memory's still pretty decent. Like, I remember what I had for lunch today. It was lunch. So I said, that's perfect. You know where it is. Pardon that W. Would you like me to keep you company while you get it? I was trying to be kind, in case maybe she wanted company. So the next thing I know, throw that right there, because we're done with that. Next thing I know, my hater comes out, and I think that's gonna be her official title, because she's my hater. She just hates me for what reason, I don't know. I think she's jelly. When I say hate, I mean non-stop trash talking. And keep in mind, while all of that was happening, I was speaking to Dad, and I was telling him why I replied the way I did and why I did what I did, because I would like to raise a young lady with manners, a young lady with gratitude in her heart, with peace in her heart, love in her heart, what every parent would want their child to be. Now, kids make mistakes, and that's okay as long as they learn from them. Parents, you know, make sure that when your child does make a mistake, try to put yourself in their position. You know, maybe from their point of view, it's a little different before you start yelling, in my opinion. Because if you yell, they don't listen. And yeah. So the whole point of this video so far, I know it's already taken up a lot of time, and I don't want it to be too long, because if it's too long, you guys are just gonna shut it off and go on to the next, which I don't blame you. Go check out Mystery Recap. They got some awesome content. It's still on the McDonald's webpage where I applied earlier today. Let's open a tab, close this tab, and these were my side notes that I did for myself. Just a couple of side notes that I wrote as I kind of wanted to write like a little not screenplay, but like, you know, just write. So I would like, I feel a young lady should possess, or a young man. I'll just write it out. I feel a young person Let's possess. Possess or possess. Let's do 4 S's. It looks cooler. I feel a young person should possess, and let's put colon, gratefulness, and gratitude. Alright, here, I'll cover my face with that one. That's my feelings, okay? This is an opinion piece, okay? So any of you extremists out there, I don't know if it's left, right, up, down, A, B, I don't know exactly how it goes. I could really care less, because to me it's all just, it's like watching the zoo. Bunch of animals, except instead of being in cages, they're in fancy rooms. They pretend to listen while they're campaigning. After their campaign is successful, they still listen, but they listen to bribes. I'm sorry, not bribes. They listen to lobbyists, okay? Because once the campaign's over and they voted for them, hey, they're human beings. And that's the problem with seeking power. Anybody who seeks power automatically. Okay, so I feel a young person should possess gratefulness, gratitude. And then I remember I read this book one time, and it said a quote. There was a line in the book that has always stuck with me till this day. And the line is this. I'm going to write it out. I'm not going to say it. Let's put quotation marks, because it's from a book. Alright, the last quote didn't come out too good, but I'd like to read it with you out there. So if you guys want to read along with me, let's read together. It says, a thankful heart is a happy heart. Isn't that so beautiful? Now, the feeling of gratitude is a little, in my opinion, a little vague. And sometimes, like I said, it's details. It could be little details that can make you feel happy. A person saying hello, a bus driver, you know, as you wave hi, they wave back to you, you know. A cashier at the store being extra nice to you, you know. It could be any little detail. You know, you're standing outside counting your change, someone walks by, say, are you short change for anything? Do you need a couple dollars? You know, little things like that, anything. Okay? Here's the next line I wrote. And now this, even though this has nothing to do with Homo sapiens, I feel like it does apply to Homo sapiens. And the line is this. I'm not going to read it, I'm just going to write it. And now we can read it together. Like I said, this is a whole different species, but I believe it applies to Homo sapiens. Monkey see, monkey do. Okay? I'll give you an example, personal example. When I was younger, I would say to myself, I'm never going to turn out to be like my parents. I'm never going to turn out to be like them, this and that. And guess what? I ended up being a lot like them. So, a lot of things in life, you have to watch your tongue. You have to be careful what you wish for. You know, because sometimes you just never know. The next line on this so-called screenplay, which has no beginning, middle, or end, no climax. It's just stuff I wrote down. Now, this has something to do with a theory which I believe psychologists coined, if I'm not mistaken. Now, you have your parents, right? I think people who are educated in psychology may see where I'm going to, what I'm going to say. I just want to take a second to thank all of the troopers who have made it so far into this video. You truly are a unique individual, and I believe that you might have lived in the past and that this is not your first life. Alright, pretty plain and simple. if there's a psych out there, which there is one, if you stumble upon this video and see this, I know you are not going to comment, but if you do stumble upon it, please give me a call. So this is what I wrote down. Parents equals, meaning parents contribute to a child's nature, okay? Nature pretty much envelops like our DNA, our personality traits, the way we behave, things like that, like naturally, without any outside forces. It's just whom we are. And then parenting contributes to the child's nurture. And this is the big nature versus nurture theory in psychology, I believe. So, yes, you have two sets of parents. The parents will contribute to the child's nature, and then that can determine a lot of things, whether, you know, your child is competitive, your child is maybe soft-spoken, your child is troublemaker, you know, things like that. I don't know. But then, even more important, in my opinion, because I believe this is an argument amongst professionals, is parenting, which is the child's nurture. What that entails is how you raise your kids, what example, you know, you set for them. And it's fun. The example actually goes back to this right here. Monkey see, monkey do. That's why I may have said in an earlier video about how I don't like saying I love you, because I think it's worthless, I think it's pointless. I prefer to take the actions needed to show it. Same thing with parenting. You could tell your child, you need to do this, you need to do that, but you're not doing shit yourself. What do you think is going to have more of an impact on your child? Your words or your actions? Okay? I'm asking that as a real question. So that's why I strongly believe that parenting is greater than being a parent. Okay? Even cockroaches have offspring, for crying out loud. So it's not a big deal. Being a parent is pretty much all animals have offspring. So don't act like you're special. Especially, I hear there's people that go on social media and they post pictures of their children and stuff like that. I mean, I did that too. I didn't do it on social media because I've never been on social media except for this. So what I did was, I think my email had like storage or something, like Drive or something, like on the cloud. So I would just store the pictures on there and maybe give people invites or whatever, but I never did any social media. But I think SNL did a skit, or somebody did a skit, where they said they're so tired of seeing people, you know, showing off pictures of their babies, which is true. Nobody cares about your child. Only you care about your child, okay? Maybe their family does, you know, of course, because that's their niece, nephew, whatever, you know, cousin, you know, yeah, that's different. But some stranger out the street, you're gonna show them a picture of your child. Yeah, they might say, "Oh yeah, that's a pretty baby," but do you really think you're gonna say to them, "Oh, could you do me a favor? Can you come by my house? I live off of 44 North 36th Avenue, apartment AB. Could you come by at 5 p.m., warm the bottle, and then put some formula in it, and then breastfeed for about 30 minutes? I appreciate it so much. Come on now, get the out of here, okay? It's not gonna happen. All right. What else did I put here? Let's see. Oh, I put a question to all. Okay, so let's get rid of this now. Now let's see if this question is worth it or not. My Chromebook. Let's see if the Chromebook still got some battery. Yes, it does. I'm taking way too long. I'm checking my the email. I set up an email account during COVID for Mariah because the first year we were able to use Chromebook when they did the at home schooling. Second year they updated their system so Chromebook was not a compatible OS. We had to I think Papa Alex ended up buying oh no, actually no, they provided computers. Papa Alex did still buy himself a Windows computer. Alright, so here's the question. Let's see. Alright, let's write this rather quick because it's a little long. While I write it, let's try to see if I can find some music that is not, that's already over like 1,000 years old. Hence, it's public domain. I never put music in my videos. I really would like to, but here we go. I don't think it has the one that I want, but let's play this one. I hope I don't get blocked. Hopefully it's not made by anyways, I don't know if you're gonna hear it, but anyway, so let's go with the question. That's low enough volume, good enough. Okay. Okay, that wasn't the song I wanted at all. I wanted another song. Let me see if I can find it. The song that I wanted to play was the one that played during the scene in Zombieland where they enter an Indian gift shop and they trash the place. If I recall correctly, it was Mozart. If I find it, I'm going to play it at the end of the video. I truly apologize for wasting your time while I'm looking for this. Please stay watching till the end. I appreciate it. I can't find it. Alright, here's the question, everybody. Okay, so this is what I wanted to say. What would you rather have? Okay? A child who's grateful, happy, and this was a mistake, respectful, or a child who feels privileged, deserves before putting in work, helps out the family from their own desire, not because they're told to. Okay? So, by nurture, all children are innocent. By parenting, in my opinion, we have to strive to make the upper half become let our child become the person, let them become that kind of person. That's how I feel. Anybody disagrees or has any comment, well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna turn off comments on this video. I don't want to hear anything. This is an opinion piece. It's all my opinion. If you disagree with me, by all means, make your own video, and one by one, start picking out my points and stuff. Okay, this will be a good reason for you to go on YouTube. All right, I'll be looking forward to seeing you. All right. And what was the last thing that I said? Oh yeah, children by default are innocent. When parents clash and are not in accord on how to best handle a child's hiccup, not only will the child not learn anything, but will likely, not always, but will likely pick a favorite parent. And that's usually the one who condones bad behavior. Not all children are like that though, because there are kids who, they see good examples at home, and kids are not dumb, okay? I'll tell you that much. Kids are very smart. So just because a kid makes a mistake or makes one bad choice, that does not make them bad at all. One thing I learned when I was in psychology, or when I did like the entry-level psychology, was positive reinforcement. So instead of like telling your child about how, oh, you did such a terrible job, oh, you shouldn't do this, try to be more like, honey, what you did, it was good because you did this and you did that, but at the same time, this should not have been done that way because that can cause this and that, okay? And the same thing also applies when you speak to like a partner or just another human being in general. I think Shakira said it in one of her songs. Before you go talking bad about somebody else, find your own faults and start the convo with that. Alright, well, I'm not gonna keep you guys forever. It's already been about half hour if I'm lucky. Hopefully no longer than that. I hope you enjoyed my little mini set that I made. Let me just show you guys through it real quick. I've had my PayPal forever. So if you ever PayPal me and it says that I've been a member since like 2003, it is because of things like this. This phone right here. This is the actual phone that they had in that 70s show. It still has an old school like sticker from the people who owned it before. It wasn't working condition. I had to like mess with some of the wires because it didn't have a jack. There's the wires. I figured out how to, install it. And this is one of those phones that has a real bell. So when it rings, you hear that mother effer. Here's my little broom, which I use for this. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll get to that, which I discussed earlier today. And then back here, I did this. This is Mariah's board, which she doesn't use it. I think this is permanent. It says, "We love you, Mariah." These are just some of the notes that we used to use when I was trying to teach her Spanish, like in first, second, and third grade maybe. We would read them in the morning. I'm not a great teacher, by the way. But yeah, that was the little set that I made. Oh gosh, endorsement time. Thank you, Sharpie. Thank you, Vic. Thank you, whatever this is. Right, truth, whatever. Of course, Rick and Morty, Chromebook, iPad stand, little dragon right here, and that right there, that's the moon in that's a Native American artifact from South America, because South America is still America. All right, everybody, have a wonderful evening. Today's Friday, and would have been nice to, stay up late, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that tonight. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and may peace be with you. Have a great night. Bye. Why does it look so blurry? And look, now it looks dark. Okay, this is the text message that was sent. On the left, obviously, that's what she wrote. She said she wanted lemonade. And then I replied, she replied, and I replied. At the very end, you cannot see it, but I said, if you want company there, LMK.